Hey there, and welcome to WeMe24's review of the popular Wii Sports Resort. To start things off, we have 12 different games to play in Wii Sports Resort. Swordplay, wakeboarding, frisbee, archery, bowling, golf, table tennis, basketball, power cruising, canoeing, cycling, and air sports. Alright, so I'll start off with Swordplay. Swordplay is performed by holding your Wiimote as if it were a sword and swinging it around as if it were a sword. Oh, and as you can see, sometimes you have to calibrate your Wiimote to make sure it's, accurate. As I said before, Swordplay is performed by holding your Wiimote as if it were a sword and swinging it around as if it were a sword. In my opinion, this is the best game on Wii Sports Resort because of its simplicity and overall fun factor. I mean, really. Who hasn't really wanted to, hit somebody with a stick and get away with it? The next game in line is wakeboarding, and it is performed by holding the Wiimote horizontally with the buttons facing up, and tilting it either to your right or your left. The objective of the game is to gather points by hitting high air from a wave and landing correctly. The controls in wakeboarding work pretty well, but I can't say I've ran into any problems with it, so far it's pretty good, and it's treated me pretty well. After wakeboarding, Frisbee is up. Frisbee is one of my least favorite games on Wii Sports Resort. Not because the controls are bad, but because I just suck at it. I'm not that good. To play this game, all you need to do is hold down the B button on the back of the Wiimote, pull back, throw, and release. It's like you're really throwing a Frisbee, which in my case is pretty bad because when I throw a Frisbee, it never really goes where I want it to go. Overall, the Frisbee game works pretty well. Next up is Archery. Archery is one of the games that requires the nunchuck. The Wiimote is used as your bow, and the nunchuck is used as your arrow. Just press A on the Wiimote to hold your stance, press Z on the nunchuck, pull back, aim, and let go. That's the basics of archery. I really like this game. I find it fun and accurate, and the fact that you've got wind blowing in a certain direction, and it can affect your arrow or whatever, really, makes you think about where to put your arrow, and it's very cool. The next game up is basketball. Oh, how I dread this game. The controls are horrible. They work by reaching over with your Wiimote to grab a ball, and flicking your wrist as if it were a basketball. Throwing it like into the hoop. Problem is, there's no way to know how you can improve your throws, so really, how can you do any better? Well, whatever. I really just don't like this game. But believe it or not, there are games worse than this. The next game up is table tennis. It works very much like the original Wii Sports Tennis, except the only difference is that it's more accurate. And it's not a tennis ball, it's a little ping pong ball. So, yeah. Also, you'll notice that both golf and bowling make a reappearance from the original Wii Sports in this game. However, the controls don't feel any different whatsoever, so I'm not even going to go into detail with it, so there you go. Power cruising is the next game up, and it is done with both the Wiimote and the nunchuck. You hold them like you're holding a jet ski, and pull back if you want to get a speed boost. It's relatively simple, but it can be a bit awkward, and there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, so this is not one of the best games in the world. Next is the god-awful canoeing. Canoeing is the absolute worst game as far as controls go. You use your Wiimote as a paddle and try to propel yourself forward to the finish line. However, you're often just looking like an idiot, moving your arms around and going nowhere. I hate this game. It does absolutely nothing for you, and it hurts your arms after a while, and it's not really fun. Coming after the worst game ever is a game that's not much better. Cycling is a game where you ride a bike across Wuhu Island, which is the island you're on. It's really not that fun. It's controlled by flailing your Wiimote and nunchuck forward. Simple. And if you ride behind somebody, you can catch their draft and propel forward. But make sure that you watch your heart meter. If it goes all the way down, well, you suck. And you end up hurting your legs and you slow down. And finally, the last game is Air Sports. In here you can either jump off a plane and take pictures by catching onto other jumpers and tilting your Wiimote towards others, or you can play a game where you hold the Wiimote as if it were a paper airplane and fly around, finding different locations on Wubu Island. It's surprisingly addicting, and to try and get every single one of the locations, it takes a little bit of time, and that's probably going to be the game that you spend the most time on. So, really, to end all the games that I've been going over, this one's probably one of the best. The graphics in Wii Sports Resort are what you'd expect out of a, quote, Wii-titled game. The environments are colorful and vivid. The Miis are the same mediocre Miis that we've been seeing since 2006. So the graphics are bright, colorful, and average. The music in this game is next to nothing. Aside from a few tracks here and there really aren't that many songs in the game aside from the winning and losing themes. But, if there is music, it's pretty catchy, such as when sword fighting, I always get pumped up after hearing that. Wii Sports Resort can have a long-lasting appeal if you've got a lot of family and friends who enjoy playing the Wii. If it's just you, then generally you won't play it very much. You may play it maybe once or twice and come back to it occasionally for a thrill. I think people played the first Wii Sports too much, and now they're kind of Wii Sports out. Or at least that's my case anyway. Overall, Wii Sports Resort is a fun and addicting game to play with friends and family. It sports colorful graphics, good controls, okay sound, and a nice experience. I reward this game with a 4 out of 5 with the title of Pretty Good.